and they had dressed in the familiars. In Moscow, they had often happened to spend long hours together. And there he had even once said and had both on their hearts that it was all over these three. Rogojin's face who had mentioned the guest and had stopped under the impression and extremely turned to him. Stopped under the impression, extremely turned to him in a heavy gaze. It was as if something had pierced into the prince, and heavenly, gloomy, and not sitting down, there standingless, motionless, and he had looked for some straight into Rogojin's eyes. He had seemed to flash but intensely from the moment. Finally, Rogojin smiled, but the embarrassment at the loss. So your brother Semyon Silach is in the womb. The affectionate smile on his face did not show at the moment, as if he had broken the back and tried the smile of the night. Parfyan was unable to glue it back together. So you're going abroad again, are you? And he had asked suddenly from him. Let me see. In the cloak I remember from the Gardars, and Rogojin suddenly laughed. This time was a sort of the utter malice and delighted the management to the express at the least in some way. You had sailed for good? The prince asked, looking around the study. Yes, I'm at home. Where else should I be? We haven't yet seen each other for a long time. I've heard such things about you, and if it were not you, then people said all of your kind things. Rogojin observed truly. You scatter your whole entire company through it. You sit their parental houses and do no mischief. So that's good. Is it all of your house's families? The house is my mother. She leaves down the corridor. And where does your brother live? Brother Semyon Sylvanovich is in the wing. Does he have a family? Is he why you asked? The prince looked at him and did not answer. Suddenly became pensive and did not hear the question. Rogojin did not insist and waited. Silence fell. I recognize your house. Just now from 100 paces away. I was approaching, said the prince. Why so? I have no idea. Your house was a physiognomy and the whole family. That was the Rogojin's life. You're such a groom, said the prince, looking around the study. It was a big room, high, darkish, and cluttered with all sorts of furniture, mostly big in the desks. The bookcases with ledgers and the papers were kept. A wide red Merkle couch apparently served him, and the prince noticed that 2 or 2 books of him was the history, and he was open to the bookmark on it. In the walls and the door, the gilt frames, and hung several oil paintings in the dark. And it was hard to make anything out. The full length of the portrait drew in a German cut with the long skirts, but also the 2 nails of the neck, and was very suspicious, secretive, and some doleful gaze. The man himself, Rogojin, from some immediate and circumstance joke he was deceased about his parent. Oh, he was an old believer, was he? No, he was to the church. He used to see the old belief was more correct, and he had respect for the Catholics, and he was still in the study. Why you ask about the old belief? We celebrate the wedding here? Yes, here," I replied with those almost staring at the same question. "Soon you will know how yourself doesn't depend on me. Parvati, I'm not your enemy. Intention of the hindering and you. Listen and repeat it. Especially in my opinion, I don't need a great need to be cared for. I didn't want to go abroad myself, but I had a view arranging it without myself. I'm telling you the real truth. And if arranging it without myself, I'm telling you the real truth. If it's completely true, then the things have been made up again between you. I won't allow the glimpse of me and never come to see you either. So I'm not deceiving you because I've always be candid with you. I never concealed any thoughts about it from you. And I was always been marrying you. That means the inevitable to room for her. It also means to room for you. Perhaps even more for her. If you parted again, I will be very glad, but I have no intention of interfering with you. To be at peace, don't suspect me, and you know for yourself that was whether I was ever laughing now. I know at what.